Hello, I'm Russell Peacock, President of the Xerox Office Group. Earlier today, Xerox announced the global launch of half a dozen new phaser monochrome printers and multifunction products, the workhorses of businesses large and small. We kicked off the news at a customer event in Delhi, India, and from there spread the message westward. This expansion strengthens our commitment to companies around the globe who have come to rely on the easy-to-use, reliable and affordable Xerox phaser monochrome line. I'll tell you more about these products in a minute. But first, I want to share with you a story about a special customer. A customer who, despite great odds, after enduring a natural disaster several years ago, has persevered.
Just prior to Katrina, we were on a great growth path. We just accepted our largest, most prestigious qualified freshman class. Bang, storm hits, and we're really wondering how we're going to keep business going.
Mike Britt and Robert Morton run Tulane University's Document Services Center. Their print facility serves more than 10,000 students and 4,000 faculty and staff across 2 major campuses and 2 research sites. When Hurricane Katrina struck New Orleans in August of 2005, the reliability of both their equipment and their business relationships was tested.
Some buildings had 3 feet of water in them, and because it had sat for so long, mold had grown all over everything.
By the end of September, school officials operating out of makeshift offices in Houston announced Tulane would reopen for the spring semester as scheduled on January 17th.
And so our challenge was then to provide the print needed for admissions, financial aid, the registrar, the payroll, the main groups that needed that basic print.
Before the storm, Tulane had been testing Xerox 5500 printers. Mike and Robert thought these smaller machines, capable of printing from the mainframe, might be the answer.
So the decision was made to come back to New Orleans to pick up the unit that was in the building. And we knew it had been sitting in an inch or 2 of water and had been in a humid environment, but we knew where it was and we could get to it quickly.
And I don't remember who actually picked it up. Was that the network guys?
I think we had, we didn't have certified movers. They weren't official Xerox movers. And as they were driving it to Houston, they were finding it was rolling around a little bit. So somebody had the idea, well, let's just flip it on its side. It'll at least stop rolling around. So it flipped on its side, brought to Houston. When we set it up there, it worked. It ran in Houston for about 3 months. It then got moved back to New Orleans and has run almost 800,000 impressions since then, and with a very limited service history. I think we've had 1 service call on that particular machine.
So you're still using it?
We're still using it today. They're still looking pretty good.
Excellent quality.
I knew our equipment was good. I knew the 5500, and we have an endearing term when someone says, is it reliable? We say it's bulletproof. I knew it was good, but the proof there was in the pudding.
Xerox account manager for Tulane, Gary Harden, managed to track down his customers almost immediately following the storm.
Our Xerox team is first rate, and they got in touch with me and you in Houston separately, and we went to work.
With Tulane's workforce scattered, Xerox shipped more 5500s to outposts in Virginia and elsewhere.
And we brought all those printers back, and they're all in service. So of the 6 printers, we've had about 3 service calls, and they've done a little over 3 million impressions. I don't think we ever built the Tulane Xerox partnership with the idea that we'd have to suffer through any event like this. But it was a good partnership going in, and the relationship has been strong enough that it's not only survived but prospered. Part of it's equipment, a lot of it's the people, the support. You know, it's great to know when times are tough that some of the things that could get in your way don't.
That's good right there. We're in the process of refreshing the 5500 and bringing out the 5550. And in appreciation for the ongoing business, we've presented Tulane the first production run, brand new 5550 that they're going to put almost immediately in their financial aid department. And thus we have the 5550.
Tulane is a very rich community. It's 170 years old, and it's been a remarkable story to date. The university's definitely on track for recovery.
That's a tremendous story of renewal. And on a much smaller scale, it's a story of the power of partnership. A partnership that Xerox has been both grateful for and humbled by. A partnership of mutual understanding and trust. Now, it goes without saying that Xerox is fervently committed to driving colour printing throughout the world. And indeed, we're leading the charge by breaking down the barriers that have traditionally kept people from printing in colour. Last fall, we announced the Phaser 8860 solid ink printer that lets people actually print in colour for the same price as black and white. And we'll be doing a lot more in the area of driving colour in the coming months. But the reality is, there are a lot of people out there, and maybe you're one of them, who are not yet ready to make the transition. And that's okay. We hear you. And that's why we're broadening our monochrome line with devices that offer superior performance, advanced capabilities, and all at affordable prices. Today's announcement ranges from the $279 desktop Phaser 3100 MFP to the Phaser 5550 printer that prints at a blazing 50 pages per minute and starts at less than $2,000. As for advanced capabilities, check out the Phaser 3635 MFP. This monochrome MFP that prints, copies, scans and faxes features a graphical color touchscreen that makes selecting printing options a breeze. This 35 pages per minute workhorse also boasts a variety of security features such as encryption and authentication, giving the smallest of offices the peace of mind of large enterprises. For even more details on these products, I encourage you to check out the Xerox Products tab on Xerox.com. So that's it. Xerox is at it again, expanding the industry's broadest portfolio of office printing products even further, helping businesses large and small around the globe work smarter, faster, and more efficiently. The new Phasers, reliable, easy to use, high performing, and affordable. I'm Russell Peacock. Thanks for tuning in.